What's up guys, welcome to part 2 of this awesome credenza makeover. If you guys haven't checked out part 1, make sure to check that video out first and then come back to this one to see the full makeover. In the first video, we covered everything from stripping the wood to color matching to sanding and doing everything in between to get this ready for its new paint job. I've started to do a new thing recently where I completely restore the entire piece before I put paint on, and that includes top coat. And then I go in with a primer that requires no sanding or preparation, and that way the paint adheres to the top coat and the wood is still protected from the paint. As an artist, I hope that no one would ever want to redo my work, but as a furniture flipper, I understand that the likelihood of someone doing that is pretty high. So to be courteous to the next artist, I just restored the entire piece before putting on the paint, making it much easier and much safer for the wood underneath. For this piece, my client had a very eclectic style in mind. She wanted that Art Deco influence, but with really beautiful purple colors. So I came up with a design that would go well in her space, as well as complement the shape of the piece. I definitely created the art for this design in a really janky way. I stuck a pencil through some tape and then cut it out with an X-Acto knife. However, there are better ways to do this. You could use string, you could also use like a bowl or a dish to draw the circle, but I decided to do it this way, and it actually worked pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. I lined up some tape to get an idea of where the other arches were going to be. I ended up not following this exactly, but it just gave me a good reference to get an idea of the general layout and what I wanted it to look like. Once I had the taping design all laid out, it was finally time to remove the doors and take them inside for some painting. This no sand primer from Zinsser was the perfect primer to use for this project, considering that I didn't have to do any kind of prep work or disturb the new finish that I had just applied. After applying the 2 coats of the primer, I removed the tape so that I could get to painting the actual colors. For my furniture paints, I usually like to go with brands like Melange or Good Bones Paint, but unfortunately they didn't have the exact color selection that I needed, so I ended up going to Lowe's and color matching some palettes that my client gave me. And they came out spot on. Even though I was showing them on the phone, it came out to be the exact color that my client wanted. And usually when you go in with a phone, the colors are different from how they look on the computer versus how they look in real life, but it ended up being exactly perfect. I highly recommend going to Lowe's for your paint products. They're just really, really good over there. And for this size of a project, I didn't even have to go with a lot of paint, so I ended up just spending $5 each on these sample sizes. After applying 3 coats, it was finally time to remove the paint and do my classic gold style. Once the design was completely finished, I went in with a decorative varnish, and this stuff is specifically made to protect decorative paint. So any kind of design that you're doing, or even if you're doing wallpaper, this stuff will protect it super well. I put on 2 coats and you can get it in any kind of finish, so if you'd like to check that out, in the description below. This stuff is great, and if you notice, it goes on pretty white and it gets really bubbly. And so I went in with a clean roller after this and just lightly smoothed out all of the bubbles with that clean roller, and that basically made the bubbles disappear. While everything dried inside, I went outside to apply the final touches of wallpaper on the inside. I just thought that these designs on the bottom shelf were just so pretty and such a good opportunity to create a beautiful design with this wallpaper. Cutting everything perfectly to fit the design was definitely a little tricky and kind of a learning curve for me because I had never done anything like that. but I made sure to do everything slow and take my time and really be precise with my cuts. As we're wrapping up this video, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all you guys for watching these videos, and if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe and do all those things so that we can stay a happy flippin' family. And if you haven't heard already, I do have my book out on how to become a successful furniture flipper, and that is available on Amazon with Kindle or paperback, so make sure to check that out. The link is in the description below. But with that being said, stay flippin', and I'll see you guys next time.